Hello, today we are in Naples, Florida. We are going to be going on the Naples Trolley tour. That's going to take us all around the town of Naples, and we're going to take you along with us. So come on and enjoy a little tour of Naples.
Here's the first obstacle.
We are pulling up to
Second after the tour, I call the
which is stop 2 on the trolley tour.
Here we have
The first stop was where we got on.
Tin City was
at the
built
Welcome
in the
Center.
early 1920s as a fish and shellfish processing plant and warehouse. They processed and canned fish, clam, crab, and oyster, and they did that until about 1971. In 1971, the fishing laws changed, God bless you, to protect the fish and not the fishermen. As a result, the fishermen lost their jobs. City of Naples took over Tin City in the early to mid-1980s and helped to make it what you see here today. Also, we do have a lot of people on the trolley, especially when we get on US 41 and we're heading north. It tends to be a little noisy there because of the traffic and the wind. That's one of their other, that's the Naples Explorer, that's part of them as well. Both their fishing boats are out though. And here we have the Port of Naples Marina, home to the Naples Princess and the Miss Naples Catamaran. Now the Naples Princess goes out for luncheon and dinner cruises, sightseeing and sunset cruises. While you're out, the captain narrates. They can both be rented for private events such as weddings, anniversary parties, bachelorette parties. Pay attention to the waterway on the right. Not uncommon to see dolphin and manatee swimming in the water. Dolphin travel in pods. The pods consist of the mommies, the babies, and the teenagers. The daddies are not allowed to swim in the pods. Down here they have to swim off by themselves. And we call that an iPod. Built in the early 1920s, and a train that serviced the depot was called the Orange Blossom Special. She ran both passenger and freight service here till the early 1970s. And as we enter the Mercado, we'll be facing the Hampton Social. Now the Hampton Social is one of the newest restaurants here in the Mercado. So we're going to take the left hand, work our way back out to US 41 so we can keep heading north. If we took the right instead, down on the right we would find Silver Spot Cinema, that luxury movie theater. Across from Silver Spot Cinema, Rocco's Tacos, very popular taco restaurant. There on the left you'll find Bravo Cucina, Italiana restaurant, followed by Brentwood Tavern, custom built burgers. Another look at Carbone Blue Martini here on the left. Now as we continue working our way through the Mercado back out to US 41, please, please, please be on the lookout for a beige Bentley convertible. That beige Bentley convertible belongs to none other than Judge Judy. Judge Judy and her husband are winter residents here in Naples, and are often seen shopping and dining here at the Mercado. The parking lot on the right is often used as overflow parking for Delmo Wiggins past State Park. State Parks in the area right now are charging $10 a day for parking. As we come up over the bridge, if you take a look to the right, you'll see a waterway to the left. That's Wiggins Pass, gives direct access from the Back Bay to the Gulf of Mexico. And those trees along the water's edge on the right, where you see all these roots coming off them, looks like spider legs, those are mangroves. Those are actually red mangroves. Here in Florida, we have three types of mangroves, red, white, and black mangrove. And Delmar Wiggins Pass State Park is a 1.5 to 2 mile stretch of beach covered in mangrove. Now, mangrove is protected because it plays a huge part of our ecological system, and it helps to protect the coastline during strong storms such as hurricanes. The Indians nicknamed the mangrove the walking tree. Here on the right we have Mariah Bay. Now, I have no political opinions at all whatsoever. However, Sean Hannity of Fox News owns the top center condo. He also has a neighbor, Barbara Walters. Vanderbilt Beach area of Naples, and a lot of people think this area was named after the Vanderbilts because the Vanderbilts spent a lot of time here. However, they've actually never stepped foot. They do have a connection though, and that connection would be the Collier family. When the Collier family was developing the area and it came time to name the area, they decided that they wanted to name it something that to them sounded important. That would draw people to the area. So Baron Collier named the area after his very good friend, Cecil Vanderbilt. Now our next stop coming up will be the La Playa Beach Hotel. La Playa is the beach in Spanish. Is home to a great restaurant called Baleen. It's also a great spot to watch the sunset from. Now for lunch, they do accept reservations. Go on their website and you can do it online. Now straight ahead, we have three very tall buildings. The very first building is the Ritz-Carlton. It is 35 years old this year. The very last tall building. The penthouse of that building once belonged to Judge Judy. They tell me she got upset and sold that penthouse for a whopping $10 million. She still lives in the area. She made her home purchase in Bay Colony. Stop coming up will be the Vanderbilt Beach Resort, home to the Turtle Club. Turtle Club is open for lunch and dinner. For lunch you don't need reservations. However, for dinner you do. And it's right there on the beach, and there's another great spot to watch the sunset from. Now I'm talking so much about sunsets, I have to ask a question. When we're all sitting there watching the sunset, what is it we're looking for besides the sun setting? Anyone know?
Green flash.
That's right, the green flash. You know what the green flash is? The green flash, and I'm not talking about the comic book character. The green flash is a natural phenomenon that happens just as the sun sinks below the horizon. And it's dependent on the amount of particles that are in the atmosphere at the time when the sun sets, and the way the light from the sun setting refragments through those particles. If the conditions are right, it gives off a very quick green flash of light. Besides Judge Judy, one would be Sir Elton John, the other Barbara Streisand. you'll find the entrance to Clam Pass Park. To the right, the entrance to the Naples Grand. Now there's a nice partnership between the Naples Grand and the park, and that's because the Naples Grand actually runs a tram that goes from the park down to the beach, where they also have a Greek restaurant that you can enjoy. Now the Naples Grand, when it was first opened, it was called the Registry Resort and Club. It's had a number of names over the years, including the Waldorf Astoria. Currently, it's the Naples Grand Beach Resort. Take a look left and right. Did you bring some of Venice here to Park Shores and Naples? I love that view. It's my favorite view. And that view is one of the reasons why I always recommend the Village for lunch. You've got 7 different restaurants here. One is only open for dinner, and that'll be here on the south side. That's T. Michael's Steak and Lobster House. They're open for dinner 7 nights a week. Sunday evenings, they play jazz music. Also here on the south side, we've got Bayside Seafood Grill and Bar, as well as Miramar. Miramar is an Italian restaurant tucked down in the corner. All of these restaurants are on the water. Do I have anyone that would like this side of the village? I'll take that as a no. Y'all are sticking with me. Well, if you don't want to enjoy lunch here today, you can always come back another day. But it's a lot of ideas. Now, I had people yesterday that went to Bayside, and a couple of ladies that went to Miramar. Actually, it was a couple that went to Miramar, and they had the rollatini, and she said it was fabulous. So now we're going to work our way over to the north side of the village. And here on the left, you'll find a pedestrian underpass. Now this building here on the left, Baron Collier was a big car collector. His original or first car collection was actually here in this building, until it got too big for it, and then he had to move it elsewhere. And now it's at the Red Museum. Now I seen a pot of dolphins back here a number of times this week, and I always look for signs that one might be in there. Here on the left, you'll find the pedestrian underpass that comes from the south side of the village here to the north side. Now on the north side of the village, we've got 4 restaurants. 3 I know for sure are on the water, 1 I'm not sure about. So on this side we have the Village Pub, La Petite, Fish Restaurant, and then Waterfront Grill. Now under the awning, straight back on the left, you'll find the Village Pub. That is on the water. Also back there is La Petite, that little French cafe. To the right of Simply Natural, you'll find the Fish Restaurant, and at our trolley stop, you'll find Waterfront Grill. Now my favorite restaurant in all of the village does not have a dinner menu, and that would be Ben and Jerry's. Now we'll work away. Does anyone want this side? See that? Y'all don't want to leave me today. Now here on the right and left, this is the former Naples Beach Hotel and Golf Club. Currently it is owned by the Athens Group of California, and it's going to become their new Four Seasons resort. They're tearing it all down. Coming up on the left, there's a Key West style home. Key West style homes happen to be my favorite home style. This home is just over a year old, and it's my absolute favorite along Gulf Shores Boulevard. Let's see if we can find your favorite home. Coming up on the right, how about an Asian style beach house? Another one of my favorites. Now along the left side of the road, you'll find these alleyways that go between the rows of homes. These alleyways are the original roads. There's one here on the left. Original roads that ran through the area when the area was first developed. Those are the roads that people used to get around. Coming up on the right, another one of my favorites. How about a Tuscany style beach house? A lot of people like that one. Coming up on the left opposite corner, how about what I call the Florida Swiss Chalet. Isn't that nice? They're doing some painting on it. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I had a lady on the trolley. When I said the name of that, Florida Swiss Chalet, she broke out in song, singing "The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music." It was quite funny. Actually made my day. Yeah, there's an older home there. They tore it down. There on the left, another Key West style. This one I call the Hemingway. To me, it belongs in Key West with Ernest Hemingway sitting on the front porch. And there's a couple of alleyways on the right. One is coming up with a cobblestone bar, and if you look straight back, you'll see that there's homes at the end of the alleyway. Another alleyway on the right up ahead where the 450 sign is. If you look straight back, you'll see homes again at the end of the alleyway. Keep in mind, those homes at the end of the alleyways on the right, they are right on the water. Here on the left, another one of my favorites. This one I call the French Embassy. Till recently it was owned by a local architect. He designed it and had it built. Probably about 3 months ago now, he put it on the market for sale. It sold within 24 hours. They never even bothered putting the for sale sign up for $12 million. Alright, you ready for another one of my favorites? This one is number 2 after the Key West style that I showed you first. And it's this home here. I believe it's a Spanish style. And I think if you take a look at the backyard as we drive by, I think it will quickly become your favorite too.
Oh, wow.
You know that around that chairs out there by the water's edge, waiting for the sun to set? Now our next stop will be the Caldwell Banker stop on 5th Avenue South. And we're going to use 3rd Street to get there. However, there are no stops on 3rd. Here on the left, another one of my favorites. This one I call the Florida Bungalow. And it's a lot bigger than it looks. I think it's like a L shape, or that type of a shape, and there's a pool in the back where that L shape is, I believe. Now this lot here, look at the size of this home they're building. Originally, 4 small beach cottages on that lot. They tore all 4 down and that's what they're building. Those beach cottages were about half the size of this one here on the right. Coming up on the left, the opposite corner, you'll find the DuPont family home. It's the white home with the 110. Yep, DuPont family home. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's referred to as the Palm Villa, and it was built in 1895.
Let's say like a 1 block.
Mm-hmm. Up ahead, we'll take the left. When we do, you take a look to the right, you'll see the entrance to the Naples Pier. The Naples Pier extends 1,000 feet out into the Gulf of Mexico, and this is actually pier number 6, and that's due to hurricane damage. Last hurricane causing damage, Hurricane Irma. Yep, 2017. Here on the left, the Palm Cottage, built in 1895 by Walter Haldeman. It's one of the only buildings still standing when Hurricane Donna came through in 1960. They also do tours here, if that's something that might interest you. They had yesterday afternoon.
Turning onto 3rd Street South.
On the right, Jane's Cafe on 3rd. Very neat little breakfast and lunch spot. Continental here on the right, open for dinner. On the left, Tommy Bahamas. The building here on the right corner, that's where the first gas station was here in Naples. Coming up on the left, Sea Salts. On the right, Camper Yellows, built in the old Mercantile building. Here on the right, Mauritius. Along Restaurant Row, you'll find French, Italian, Asian, American, seafood. You'll even find a Starbucks. BJ Ristorante here on the right, Sales Restaurant across on the corner. Here on the left, you have the French. Coming up on the right, Molto Trattoria, a very good Italian restaurant. Thai Sushi coming up on the left. And a little parking lot area here on the right that's coming up on the corner, that's where they tell me Rosemary Cemetery once was. Followed by Bartulia. Coming up on Caldwell Banker stop.
What are they doing there?
They tore down that building, that's where Bellini was.
Yeah.
And now they're putting up a new building. There's going to be a hair salon in there and some offices, I think. That's what the sign outside of it says. And this is our 5th Avenue stop. And now we'll continue working our way down 5th to 8th. We'll take the right on 8th and head down to City Dock. City Dock will be the last stop on the tour, and then we'll work our way back to the Experience Naples store. Coming up on the right where the blue awnings are, some of my favorite shops along 5th. They remind me of old Florida. Here on the left, Roma Italian Bistro, followed by the Inn on 5th on the right, and left on the right, followed by Regina's, and set back on the left, the Sunken Theater. We also have the Dock restaurant here in City Dock.
where we
Now,
wanna
City Dock
go.
itself is home to a number of fishing charter boats that go out for both full and half-day tours. It's also home to the catamaran Sweet Liberty. And now, we'll work our way back to the Experience Naples store.
Old Naples Seafood.
I'd like to thank you all for riding with me today. I hope you enjoyed the tour as much as I've enjoyed having you all on board. If you did enjoy the tour today, my name is Lori. Please tell your friends about me. If you did not enjoy the tour today, my name is Louise.
right back to where we started.